What's happening, everyone? Thanks for checking up on me. And it's been almost 10 days or maybe even 2 weeks now that I have not lifted any weights regarding the upper body at all. Sure, the clothes are a little looser, but then again, I grew up in the 90s and loose clothing was a thing. So, all in all, the sessions have been great. A little bit of an adjustment because normally when I get into the club, I hit the weights. I mean, after a quick warm up, I hit the weights. But now, I had to flip my workouts around, and now I'm going in and I'm doing cardio. And if it's leg day, then I'm doing legs as well. So with cardio, it can get a little boring at times. Like I found myself initially when I was sitting on a bike, for about 40 minutes. Yeah, sure, you can get a good sweat, depending if you increase your level of intensity and so forth. Keep changing it up during your session. You can get a good sweat, but 40 minutes on a bike may not always be appealing to everyone. It could get a little bit boring, like it does for me. So I thought, you know what? I've got to change this up because this elbow is getting better. And speaking of the elbow, many have asked, you know, is it still the size of a golf ball? And the answer is no. Thankfully, uh, that was the case maybe 2 years ago when it initially happened, or when it occurred. But now I don't have a visual with me, but it's pretty much the size of a M&M peanut. That's the amount of fluid that's still built up and it's still there. So it's more cosmetic than anything. So I'm just trying to eliminate that fluid from the elbow, and adding any additional weight in that area is just going to continue to aggravate it. So that's why I'm not lifting any weights. I guess, I mean, the heaviest thing that I've been lifting really is a spoonful of food to my mouth. And I'm right handed, so that's great. So, and the injury's on the left elbow. So that hasn't impacted at all, other than the shoveling of snow that I did the other day. That's it. So I've been pretty good at watching my activities and ensuring that I don't re-aggravate it. One thing that I could do a little bit better, guys, is ice it a little bit more. I've done some icing, but not to the extent that I should be. So that's something that I still need to work on. But getting back to cardio, um, you know, sitting on a bike, guys, for me, for 40, 45 minutes, not my jam. So I thought, you know what, let me change things up a little bit. So what I decided to do, because the club has a number of cardio machines available at the time that I go. For example, there's a stair climber, there's an elliptical, there's a treadmill, there's a rowing machine, you got a recumbent bike, and you got a stationary bike. I mean, I have those pieces of equipment at my disposal. So I thought, you know what? Instead of sitting on a bike for 40 minutes and then, doing some stretching and then leaving the club, why don't I do 15-minute intervals with all those pieces of equipment? So if I'm going to do an hour of cardio, let's say I start off with the bike, I'll do that for 15 minutes. Then I'll go hop on, let's say, the stair climber, do that for 15 minutes, then jump off of there and hop right on to the elliptical for 15 minutes, and then I'll finish off at the treadmill for another 15. So I just utilize four pieces of equipment, and I've done a cardio for about 60 minutes, right? So uh, now I found that to be more exciting than just to sit on one piece of equipment the entire hour, let's say, right? So, and it was great because we're creatures of habit. We get into the club, or if you're working out at home, we're always gonna do the same. Well, I find that we always end up doing the same exercises that we're used to, but change is required to see a difference and to feel a difference. So, changing up your piece of equipment if you have access to a fitness club, then try that out. I guarantee you're going to feel and find that more exciting than just to be sitting on a piece of equipment for an hour. Unless that's your jam, right? That's your thing, then so be it. Keep going. Don't stop. But this is for those that are looking for a little bit of a little bit more spice in their cardio workouts. Do the intervals between machines. So 15 minutes on a bike, 15 minutes on a stair climber, 15 minutes on an elliptical, 15 minutes on a treadmill. There's your 60 minutes. Get in and get out. Well, that's my rant for today, guys. You guys know I want you to, but it's going to be up to you to stay physically active. I'll check in with you in the next session.